Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of St. Joseph Metuchen is brought to you by Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital in New Brunswick.
Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Monroe is brought to you by Princeton Orthopedic Associates. Opening day for GMC Red Division foes number 15 St. Joseph Metuchen and Monroe. St. Joe's takes a 1-0 lead in the first on a fielder's choice. Second inning, check out the backhanded grab from Manhattan commit Josiah Brown on the run, and what a stretch by first baseman Tyler Del Vecchio for the out. But the Falcons were just getting started. Same inning, Monroe has 2 runners on. Steve Pasucci Jr. gets a hold of one and sends it to deep center. Robbie Carvelli, doing his best Willie Mays impression, makes the over-the-shoulder catch for the out. What a play from the Lehigh commit. Carvelli's throw to the infield gets past second, but pitcher Brian Rios winds up with it, fires home, and what a way to get out of the jam. Bottom of the inning, same scenario for Mark Gillissi. He lines it just over the shortstop. That drives in a run, and the Virginia commit rocks the baby to sleep as he makes it 2-0 Joes. They score again on a Josiah Brown sac fly shortly after. Then Robbie Carvelli, with 2 outs, rips one down the first baseline. That scores Mark Gillissi from second, and the Falcons fired up as they're in front 4-0 early. Monroe finally catching a break in the top of the third. Aiden Lane steps in with the bases loaded and chops one to first base. It's off the glove of Tyler Del Vecchio, and the other Falcons score 2 and now trail just 4-2. However, the slugfest was on. Bottom of the fourth, Josiah Brown has a man at second. Brown lines it to center, and JoJo has his second ribby of the game to put Joes up 5-2. Then came the 5th inning that changed everything. Monroe has runners at the corners with 1 out. Trevor Wallace hits it too short. Falcons looking to turn 2, but the ball mishandled, and that leads to a run to make it 5-3. Next at bat, Michael Ortiz now has a man at second and first. Ortiz hits the gap in right center. That brings in 1. Poppy cuts it to 5-4 with an RBI double. So in steps Steve Pasucci Jr. with 1 out and runners now at second and third. He gets under this one and sends it to center. It's just far enough for the tag up from Trevor Wallace, and all of a sudden Monroe has tied it up in the top of the 5th. Joe's starting pitcher Brian Rios would take a seat shortly after as we stay knotted heading into the 8th. Monroe gets a man on to begin the inning. Kyle McCauley going small ball lays down a bunt. McCauley hoofing it, beats the throw to first. Now the Falcons are in scoring position. Next at bat, Nick Solari thinking the same thing. It's another textbook bunt. Joe's doesn't have an answer, and Monroe loads the bases. That brings up Lucas White for arguably the play of the afternoon. White, with the sun shining down, goes oppo to shallow right. That brings in the man from third to make it 6-5, and the Falcons have their first lead of the day in the 8th inning. Some say White is still smiling. Monroe's Harrison Lawland going the distance in this one. The Oregon commit went 7 innings and reached 111 pitches with 5 strikeouts. His replacement in the bottom of the 8th, junior Zach Wallace. Wallace with the game-tying run at second gets a strikeout for out number 2. Then on the next at-bat, Zach Wallace will force a slow roller to first and covers the bag to complete the comeback. 6-5 your final. Monroe begins the year 1-0 with a comeback extra innings victory. The Falcons were down by 3 heading into the 5th against the 15th ranked team in the state, an inning in which they tied the game up and never looked back. Aiden Lane with 2 RBIs, Lucas White's base knock in the 8th your difference maker. Expect the rematch in the upcoming days to be spicy. St. Joe's dropping a tough one. The Falcons, with tremendous talent, expected to be a threat once again this season. Virginia commit Mark Gillissi goes 3 for 3 with an RBI. Robbie Carvelli 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And Josiah Brown going 1 for 3 also had 2 RBIs. Joes won't have to wait long for the rematch. They take on Monroe again next. Lucas White, how does it feel to win it in extras?
Oh, I couldn't stop smiling. I was excited. Feels great, honestly. Really happy after that hit. It feels great starting off high on a great team over here. Just keep pushing.
For Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Neri Rodriguez.